This podcast is sponsored by Kangen Water. Change your water. Change your life.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it.
Hello and welcome to Life Coaching Comedians. Here, there's no client confidentiality because it's funny. I'm your life coach, Lexis Charday, and today I have a very special guest. Rich Voss has been in the comedy game since before millennials were born. Currently turned vegetarian, this Jersey Jewish jokester is not letting old age hold him back and stays in the gym consistently. If you're a hot 25-year-old female, he might let you touch his chest after his comedy show. Brownie points if you're Asian. Voss has been sober from drugs and alcohol for 34 years and has learned how to handle his anxiety in other ways. My Wife Hates Me is a hilarious podcast he co-hosts with his wife Bonnie McFarland, and soon Voss will be announcing his upcoming project with Judd Apatow. Voss is currently touring on the SiriusXM Kreeps with Kids comedy tour with Robert Kelly, Bennington and Jim Florentine. I hope you enjoy our session. So, hello, Voss.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
We're doing good?
I'm doing very well.
You're my favorite therapist I've ever been to.
How could you say such a thing when we just met?
The way you said hi, Voss.
Oh, you like that?
It's kind of sexy.
Oh, thank you. I was a
Is that
singer
what
once.
you do that to all your clients? You always try to, do you do it to the female clients too?
Yes, I go both ways.
Do you?
I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
In real life?
In real life? This is real life. This
Good for
right
you.
here, you and I talking about your problems, that is real life.
I don't have that many problems, just a few.
Okay,
A lot.
well, what's your problem today? What is it that you're dealing with that you want to talk about?
Well, hold on. I'm going to stop eating. Hold on.
Oh, that's fine. I like watching a man put it down.
You do? Mm-hmm. Liar. Well, what type of problems are you looking for? Physical, emotional, financial, business-wise? I mean, everybody has fucking problems. You know, you could be a billionaire, millionaire, you still have problems. You could be the poorest person on the planet, you still have problems.
That is
You know,
true.
I have, sometimes I have a health issue. My stomach hurt for the last few days, but it's okay today.
Okay.
All of a sudden it went away. But I get stomach problems, gases are released, I don't know what it is. Sometimes it lasts a month. And I got it 3 days ago, I go, if this is a fucking month like this, I'll lose my mind. But, so that, I just bought a house. I moved from a townhouse to a house, you know, and I'm fucking cleaning gutters and pruning trees. I don't do that shit. I'm fucking Rich Voss. I'm a headliner. You know, I hired a landscaper. We caught a fucking groundhog. There was a groundhog right in our front yard under.
Did you name him Sonic?
No, we named him Goodbye because I got a pest control. So I don't have, for whatever problems I have, it's no more than I can't handle in life. You see what I'm saying?
So what you're saying is you're trying to tell me passive-aggressively that you don't need me right now.
No, I do need you.
okay.
I mean, I have, you know, I mean, I'm bored. I've been in the business a long time. It takes a lot to excite me. I'm sober, so, you know, I don't have that many vices. I like to gamble every now and then. Do you ever gamble?
Oh, I love blackjack and baccarat. Those are my two.
Do they have the casino in town? Do they have crap tables? You ever play dice?
I don't believe they do, but both times I was there, I was pretty drunk, so.
Oh, so
Don't
you can cover your pain with alcohol.
You know, back in my day, I used to. I don't go to the casinos anymore. You know, I stopped stripping and selling ass, and I stopped doing crack. So I'm doing pretty well right now, and I've made a career out of helping people like you.
Okay, well, what do you specialize in? Anything?
I specialize in helping comedians that struggle with depression, anxiety, that just basically don't have their shit together, and help them grow a pair.
Well, if you have depression or anxiety, doesn't mean you don't have balls. You just have a mental disorder. That doesn't mean you're not a.
Not necessarily.
What do you say to a girl that has anxiety and depression? What do you say?
We
grow
have
tits?
balls. They're called ovaries.
What do you say? Grow ovaries?
That's exactly what I say, boss.
Okay. I've had anxiety since I was fucking 20, before it was even known. They didn't even know what fucking anxiety was back then.
Yeah.
Have you ever been treated for anxiety yourself?
I have.
You have? You went through therapy for anxiety?
I did.
Now, did your anxiety ever turn into panic?
I did have a couple panic episodes once before, and it was pretty scary.
It's because you don't know why you're getting anxiety. Your heart starts pumping. Do you know how many times I've gotten fucking EKGs thinking I'm having a fucking heart attack? I bought a traveling little EKG thing that you could tell if you're having a heart attack on the road, but I'm too scared to use it, so I don't use it because I don't want to know.
Again, you should just grow a pair.
I am, and they're gonna rest on your tits later when I grow them.
Oh, boss.
So, anxiety is my number one mental issue I've dealt with my whole life.
So how do you handle it now?
It depends.
I noticed that you were having a cup of coffee at about 9 o'clock this evening.
Yes. Wait, it wasn't 9.
Oh, well, it was earlier, around 8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8.
But I noticed that's pretty late to be having caffeine.
What are you, my fucking wife? Yeah,
no,
you sound just like her.
But would you like a second?
Yes. I've had caffeine, but I flew into them a little tired. You think I won't be able to sleep later?
No,
I chew Nicorette gum too.
Caffeine is just one of the leading triggers for your anxiety.
No, it isn't.
Oh, yes,
no,
it
it isn't. No, not at all. Anxiety to me is when I'm overwhelmed and I have too much shit going on. It's not because of fucking coffee. Believe me, it's.
Do you know what coffee does to your hormones, Voss? Do you know how it affects your cortisol? And you have extra cortisol because you're Jewish.
What does that mean?
Cortisol is your stress hormone.
What's a stress hormone?
It's an actual fluid in your body, a chemical that gets released into your body.
Yeah.
Right? And it's supposed to kick in when you open in the morning, or when you wake up in the morning. Have you heard of the circadian rhythm? The natural rhythm that our bodies follow?
No, what are you, some kind of freak? No, I don't know.
My boyfriends call me a freak, but usually that's a good thing. Your circadian rhythm. So think about it. Back in the day, like our ancestors, when we were cavemen, right? Our alarm clock was the sun. It was time to go to sleep when the moon rose, right? And all of that ties in with our bodies, right?
Yeah.
So when we go to sleep, you know what serotonin is, right? And so your serotonin helps you relax and go to sleep. The cortisol wakes you up. And when you have caffeine, it releases cortisol into your body at the wrong time.
Oh. So
it's fucking you up.
So
do you feel like you are starting to get man titties at your age?
Man titties?
Yeah.
Look, no, I work out.
Are you starting to grow small breasts or anything like that?
First of all, I work out. Feel my chest. Hard as a rock.
That was consensual.
Hard as a rock.
That is pretty hard.
No, I work out. My chest is one of my best features.
Oh, that's good.
I don't have titties. I've got pure muscle in my chest. I have a vagina, but I don't have titties.
You have a vagina at home.
I'm growing one too.
Oh, you are?
An extra one.
Where is it?
Because I don't use hers. So, look, I probably drink at the most 3 cups of coffee a day.
Okay.
So, that's not that bad, I don't think.
No.
I know people that drink fucking a pot in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, I think coffee in the morning is fine. And I understand, as a comic, you gotta be on your A game in the evening. But I feel like if you're still struggling with anxiety, even in the slightest, that in the evening is not the time.
Let me explain something to you about comedy. I don't fail. I've been doing comedy a long time. Even if I was in the middle of an anxiety attack, I could still do comedy.
Oh, could you?
Which yeah, I could do it.
You're having an anxiety attack right now?
No.
Oh.
I'm saying if I was, okay. I could do comedy laying on the couch and do a show to an audience laying down, and I'll still kill because I'm Rich Voss. So
Yeah.
I have comedy's easy. Life is what's hard.
You're Italian, right?
No, I'm a Jewish.
Well, I mean, you can be Italian and a Jew.
How many Italian Jews do you know?
I actually know quite a few.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Get the fuck out of here.
I really do.
Is your boyfriend Italian or Jewish?
He's actually Italian.
A comic?
What do you mean a top? Is he the top?
No, I meant to say cop. And I said cop, but I meant to say comic.
No, I don't date comics. I just fuck them.
No, you don't.
I do.
Okay, good. That's you don't fuck openers, I hope. Only at least middles.
At least I get some of their paycheck.
Okay, so get deep. Help. Do something. What kind of advice do you have for me?
You're okay. So first, you don't want to take the advice I give you. Now you're telling me to get deeper. Well, you need to get deep with me. Okay, let's do an exercise.
Let's do an exercise.
Okay. Are you done?
Was
eating? Was that a cheeseburger?
No, it's a veggie burger.
Oh, okay. Because that would be unethical.
What?
Cheeseburger.
I don't eat meat.
I know you don't eat meat, but.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. No. I'm feeling right. I'm fucking your podcast up.
No, you're not at all. No.
I am. I'm the worst person you've ever had.
No.
Yes, I am. All right, let's go. Wait, hold on.
Your anxiety is just off the chain right now. Can you stop moving? Just stop moving for a minute.
I don't have anxiety at all now. That's just
What are
me.
you digging in your pockets for? Are you adjusting yourself? What's going on?
I'm getting a piece of Nicorette gum.
Oh, okay.
Want a piece?
No, I'm not a smoker.
Neither am I. That's why I chew Nicorette gum. I used to be a smoker. I quit that too.
Yeah, that's good.
3 packs a day.
Wow.
Quit 14 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
I did it for us. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
So this isn't anxiety. This is just energy. There's a difference between energy and anxiety. You could be sitting still and just sitting here like this and be in the middle of an anxiety attack. There's a difference between anxiety and energy. I have energy.
I kind of disagree.
Anxiety is mental. Energy is physical.
But I think anxiety is not knowing how to deal with energy. Does that make sense?
No, because you could wake up in the morning with anxiety when you have no energy at all. You're just waking up, and you can have anxiety because you're thinking about all the shit you got to deal with that day or whatever. It might be you might be overloaded or too much pressure, and you get anxiety. It has nothing to do with energy. It's completely different. So you're 100% wrong on that.
Okay,
I'm going to say you're stupid.
We can agree to disagree, Voss. Okay.
No.
So we're going to do a little exercise. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Have you ever done like deep breathing before, or meditation, or mantras, anything like that?
No.
Okay. So
I don't have anxiety now.
Okay, we're not doing this. We're not trying to solve your anxiety. I just want you to get into like a more calm state. So
look how calm I am.
I'm
sitting. Look at. Can I be any calmer than this?
I don't know. I feel like you're trying to convince me that you're calm.
I'm not trying to convince you.
It's just so like you're just so confrontational. Boss.
I know. No, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm trying to get you to relax with me so we can vibe a little bit. Do you like to vibe? Okay, well.
We'll vibe.
All right.
I like to connect.
Okay, that's exact same thing. Vibe, connect. Okay. So go ahead. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes, and we're gonna take a deep breath in together. Okay. And exhale. Good. Okay. So now we're gonna recite a mantra together. It's called Yam. Are you familiar with your chakras, Voss?
I don't do any of that.
But are you familiar? Have you heard of them? No.
What is it, a meditation?
No, your chakras are, earlier we were talking about energy. It's different anchor points in your body that you hold energy, right? You have 7 anchor points. There's one right beneath your ball sack. It's called your base chakra. There's one right above your ball sack. It's called your sacral chakra, which is where all your sex energy is at. And then you have your solar plexus, which is where your lovely ego is at. And then your heart.
Why is your ego in your solar plexus?
Your ego is in your, think of your diaphragm. It's like this strong thing, right? You have to use the diaphragm to express your voice, right? That's where your ego lives. And then you have your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown. And when all of your chakras are aligned, you can manifest anything you desire into your life. But what I want to do for you is to get your heart to open up a little bit and your mind to open a little bit so you can talk to me more peacefully with no anxiety.
Peaceful. I have no
You have calmed down since I started talking.
First of all,
that just shows like what a great effect I have on people. I'm not a professional or anything, but I am professional, but I'm not an expert.
Let me explain something to you. I have not had anxiety from the second we sat down. I just got off stage. I have a lot of energy.
Adrenaline.
I have energy. It's adrenaline. I just did an hour and 15 minutes of comedy. All right. I flew in. I did this. I had some energy, and now I'm starting to come down. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
Plus,
I completely
I got
understand.
to my where I'm staying, unpacked, went to the gym, worked out.
Worked on your chest muscles.
I did chest today. That's actually what I did today. I did chest, came here, did the show, and now I'm sitting, and now I'm starting to wind down from the day. I was up at 7 or 6:30 a.m. I flew 5 fucking hours.
That is a long day.
Okay, and then I rented a car. I got here. I did this. I went on stage. But that's the easiest part. And now I had to eat real quick. I was starving. I haven't eaten all day. Well, I did earlier, and so now I'm getting a little more relaxed.
I like this relaxed boss.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So now that you're more relaxed and you've reflected on your day, and maybe even your week.
No, I didn't go into the week, but today, but go ahead.
But I'm just saying, usually, you reflect on lots of different things.
Yes.
What is it in this
I like your hair.
Oh, thank you so much.
Go ahead.
What is it in this precise moment that's still kind of eating away at you? Maybe something that you haven't dealt with that you need to deal with?
In life?
In anything, in life.
Something I haven't, today or in life or in general, that I haven't dealt with?
Whatever. What's eating away at Voss? What's eating there?
Well, the business, there's a million things eating away with me in the comedy business.
I don't want to know about the comedy business, unless that's what's really bothering
No,
you
that's
right
part,
now.
some of it. Some of it is, but that's all based around ego. You know what ego stands for? You know what ego stands for?
Tell me.
Easing God out.
I like that.
Do you know what fear stands for?
Tell me.
See, you're going to use this in your future podcast. I'm going to help you. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real.
I like that too.
Because
I'm totally going to steal that.
False evidence appearing real. Because people fear something that they conjure in their head that they don't even have to be fearful about. And it's just false evidence. What's been eating at me in life? Well, I'm not very great at showing emotions. I'm not an emotional person unless it's, which is kind of fucked up, unless it's like anger, maybe jealousy, resentment. But I deal with the resentment usually. I try to deal with resentment first. Anger, I try to deal with anger. That's a motherfucker. So these are things that you have to work on. Look, I've been sober 34 fucking years.
Yeah.
But there's so much you think about all the shit you got to work on, and people, you go to a meeting or you go to a 12-step program, and people in there, they sound so serene, but they're full of shit because everybody's dealing with shit. We were talking about the other day, selfishness, being selfish, or being, what's the opposite of selfishness?
Selflessness?
Selflessness. So I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm listening to people. But growing up as a kid, you know, when you come from a divorced family that weren't there for you. You know, when your parents weren't, you know, and I don't blame my mom. She's raising 3 kids, you know, struggling on her own. Father, whatever, he fucking sent money or whatever. He was fly by night. So you grow up in a survival mode. Do you understand? When you're young, you go. So you grow up surviving. Then you do drugs. I'm on drugs. You have to survive when you're a drug addict. I mean, that's complete survival. Then I get into comedy. I'm sober at the time. Survival. I'm in a business where I'm selling myself in a survival. So so it's a very selfish life, but then you have a family and you're doing this and that. So you got to find an even balance of what's selfish, what are you doing for yourself, or what are you doing to give back to the world and people. So I struggle with that in life because I have no fucking patience. You know, today I was at the airport, I'm standing there, and they're like waiting on people that got there after me, and I'm like, I was here first, you know what I mean? And so I feel a lot of times I don't like to be disrespected, and I don't like, what's another word? So I deal with, you know, so much shit when it comes to anger or survival or selfishness or being selfless and giving to people. You know, where do you draw an even fucking line in life? You know what I'm saying?
When you have these little moments of inconvenience, right? Do you ever try to just take a step back and look at the humor into it instead of reacting?
I try. I tattooed right here, let it be. To try to be like, let it go, let it be. But it's too late. By the time I see it, I'm giving a middle finger or something. And
so that's how you see it.
No, but I'm a little better. Baby steps, a little better at anger and impatient, and you know, I'm in a fucking business.
The first, I have to applaud you. You're aware. There's a lot of comics and people out there that are not aware. And so you're aware.
Oh, yeah, I know my fucking defects of character. Listen, when my mother and brother died, I didn't cry. I didn't cry at their funerals, and it kind of fucked with me. And I didn't grow up loving. There wasn't love growing up. You know what I'm saying? But I broke that chain of dysfunction with my kids. I loved the fuck out of them. I did anything. I did the exact opposite of my parents. I was a really good dad. 2 older, successful daughters that there was parts of my career where I could have moved to LA and shit would have exploded, but I would never leave my kids. I would never move away from my kids. I raised my 2 daughters in the day. My ex-wife, who I'm good friends with throughout our divorce and life. So, I did the exact opposite of my father. My mother, she did the best she could with the tools she was handed in life. She's handed 3 fucking kids, barely getting any money from, you know what I mean? It's it's fucking tough.
I can relate.
And they didn't have that, back then they didn't have groups or help or, you know what I mean? It's just, you got a fucked up deal in life. Tough shit, deal with it. So, I don't blame my mother for anything. But I did the exact opposite with my kids. I got fucking great kids, you know?
You're breaking generational patterns.
What's that?
You're breaking generational patterns.
Well, you break the chain of dysfunction because I don't know how my father grew up with his parents. My grandparents I loved were great. They were great. On my father's side. Grandparents on my mother's side, I wasn't fond of.
That's fine.
I wasn't fond of. But my grandfather Alfred and Tilly, my father's parents, were great. They were great to us as kids. My mother would take us, we're little kids. She would knock on the door and go, take them. I don't want them. And that's abandonment when you're a little kid. Again, my mom, you take them. Nowadays that doesn't happen. You get a babysitter. You do, you don't do, You don't just take your kid and go, take him, I don't want him. That's and you grow up, what the fuck? But my grandparents were always there on my father's side. He wasn't there, they were there. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, you deal with all these issues growing up, and your foundation, as a kid, it's your foundation. I gave my kids, or tried to install the best foundation they could have as kids. And all kids need in life, not all, but to me, is just attention and affection.
Yes.
Attention, and my kids got that growing up. My youngest daughter, who's a complete different than my older. Her generation, she's on the phone all the time. She's, she curses. And I go, I hate you, she'll say. My older daughters never said that when they were kids. It's crazy, the difference between when my older daughters grew up. Yeah, my oldest daughter's 30. And the other one's going to be 28. This one's 12, and it's a fucking night and day. And I'm like, I'm almost, my wife, I almost said ex-wife, holy shit. My wife really raises my daughter, because I'm on the road a lot, and it's my wife's only daughter. I have 3. And in life I go, but I love my youngest. She's my favorite. She's such a, but I don't, because it's different now. Like my older daughters, I used to take them and play basketball with them, go to the park. I taught them, they were good ball, but they played throughout high school. I taught them how to, now my other daughters are all computers. I don't sit on the computer with her. My wife does arts and crafts with her, and how, but it's different. I'm older. I raised 2 older daughters, and now my youngest daughter is just there for me to hug and kiss and go, you take care of her. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not trying to be I'm not a bad dad.
No, not at all.
Not a bad dad, but I am beaten down from raising kids, and now I got a 12-year-old who's a genius too. Straight A's, honor roll. Fucking computer camps, builds computers, knows how to code. I mean, at a whole nother level. And trying to balance me and my wife, our life. I'm on the road, back and forth. She's writing on TV shows, directing. It's not easy.
So what is Voss doing for Voss?
I'm going to go down on you later.
So
you don't put that. That could ruin my career.
It could.
What I just said.
It could. But it's not going to.
It could ruin my career.
No.
But you're the one who brought up about the comic thing, so I was just being funny too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do I do for me? I play golf.
Oh.
I'm going to play. That's why I book Arizona, so I can play golf.
That's a great mental sport, I believe.
Oh, it drives you fucking nuts.
Are you more, do you like to do the course, or are you more of like, do you like to drive the balls in the driving range?
No, I play golf.
Okay.
I like the serene. Well, I'm not serene because I take the game serious, but sometimes you get to a course that's just so nice, and you're out there. And it's just fucking nice. You're not dealing with comedy and fucking bullshit.
What else is Voss doing for Voss? I mean, sports, physical activity, the golf, that's great, but what else?
I work
Working
out.
out.
I try to be as creative as I can as a comic, come up with new stuff. I'm fucking been in this business 36 years, and I'm still relevant. Do you know how almost impossible that is? Okay, I just came out with my 6th album. So what else do I do for me? I don't drink and do drugs a day at a time. That's the main thing. That's the number one thing. Because if I did that, it's all gone. I throw everything away and I die.
Well, we're all going to die someday anyway.
Yeah, but I would die quicker because I have enough money now where I could buy enough coke that would kill me in one day. When I was a drug addict, I didn't have money. I got money now. So what else do I do for me?
Do you meditate?
No. I work out though. I lift, I go to the gym. I try to work out 5 days a week. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
And not only just to try to look good, but it gives you a sense of accomplishment, like you did something positive that day. So I do that. What else do I do for me?
Do you set intentions at the beginning of the day?
Well, in the beginning of the day, I do set, or the night before, I do, well, I got to take care of this tomorrow. I got to set, I do this. You know, especially we just bought a house, so I'm building something or hanging shelves or setting up a room or curtains or pictures or building this or doing yard work or, you know, running. I put a house together pretty much. You know, hang heavy bags, build a weight room. So that keeps me really busy, and I enjoy doing it. I used to remodel houses years ago, paint houses. Had a big business, so I like doing that kind of stuff because when you're done, you just sit and go, "Oh, look what I did! Look at this."
So you're so quick to answer no when I asked you about meditation. Is it something that you've never thought about? Is it something that you're against?
I'm too high strung, I think, to do it.
I think that's why exactly you need to do it.
Well, yeah, I've been told that many times.
Why haven't you tried it, or have you tried it?
Maybe I tried it years ago. I don't think
It's something so as simple as just focusing on your breath and allowing your thoughts to just pass by.
Do you meditate?
I do.
Every day?
I don't do it every day, but I do. Actually, I do it every day. I do it before I go to bed, but I try to set the intention of doing it in the morning.
Do you pray?
You know, I do sometimes. I grew up religious, and so...
But you don't have to be religious to pray.
You don't, that's true. But I grew up praying. I still do pray, but not as routinely as I did when, you know, growing up in church.
I used to pray all the time when I was single. Like go to bed and say thank you.
Were you praying for some ass, or?
No, I would just say thank you for keeping me clean today and this and that. But sometimes I would ask for shit, which you're not supposed to do. You get what you need, not what you want.
This would be a great time to mention our sponsors, One Condoms. You should use them.
Who?
One Condoms.
What's that?
It's a condom company.
You have a sponsor? You know who we did? We did Blue Chew this week.
Oh.
They're, do you have any of them with you? Condoms?
I don't.
Well, how can you sponsor me?
I wasn't planning on having such a great connection with you, boss. I did not come prepared.
Do you have a read, or you just say their name?
What do you mean?
Your sponsor, you're saying...
Oh, I'm just throwing it in there. I usually do an ad afterwards and post.
What's the name of the condom?
One
what?
One Condoms.
That's what it's called?
Because you only need one. Unless you're going to double bag it.
Why would you double bag it?
I don't know. There are idiots out there. You don't seem like an idiot, but...
No. I'm more of a tongue guy.
Oh, Kundalinis, right?
I like to give. I'm more of a giver than a receiver. I don't care about me. I care about people.
Well, you know, before we go, boss, I want to encourage you to try
to
meditating.
meditate. That's your main thing. Well, you can see I'm a little high strung, right?
Totally.
But I'm together in life.
You are, and I think that's great. I think you are very well together in life, but life is about growth. We're always getting better every day, right?
Well, every day I don't pick up a drug or a drink, I'm growing. I was a crack addict, a freebase addict. All right? I don't drink, I don't get high. I haven't eaten red meat in 30 years. I haven't eaten regular meat in a month, so I'm completely off meat. I haven't smoked in 15 years. What the fuck?
I feel like you're focusing so much on a person that you no longer were, but you're focusing so much on the past that there's still a part of the past that lives in you, rather than just being the new boss that you are.
But you're not new. You're when you're off of things, it's only on a fucking one day at a time basis.
That's true.
That's I don't know. I don't know what the fucking tomorrow is going to bring. I just know today I can't do those things.
Yeah.
So I can't project. You know, there's another saying I'll give you. I already gave you fear.
You did. And you gave me...
There's two fears. Well, ego's easing God out. I'll give you two fears. Fears, fuck everything, false evidence appearing real, or fuck everything and run. Now, here's another one. If I have a foot in yesterday and a foot in tomorrow, I'm pissing on today. So I don't know what tomorrow brings. The past, I talk about it because it molds and structures who you are.
Yes.
It does. But you work to make yourself better. I know I dwell on some of the negative things, but I do positive things. Like a lot of times when I fuck up, I apologize as soon as I can.
Are you apologizing to yourself?
No, I'm apologizing to the person, but
I think
I'm
you should
doing it
also
for yourself.
apologize
I'm doing
to
it for
yourself.
myself so I don't do it again. You know, but I make amends when I can. And next time we talk, we'll talk about all my sexual deviant fantasies.
Gosh, I could totally relate to that.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
My therapist calls me a sexual deviant monster.
No, I'm a monster in my head.
Yeah.
Not a monster.
No,
Just
yeah. This isn't about me. This is about you.
well, but you've learned a lot about me.
Yes, I have.
I'm a little high strung. I have anxiety, but
You mentioned that 10 times now, but yes.
yeah, 10 times, yeah.
Yeah.
But I try to do the right things in life.
Yeah, and I applaud you for that.
Responsible.
I applaud you.
Do you
for
know
that.
in 34 years, I've never been arrested. I have not been arrested in 34 years.
Wow.
Do you know I have not been late with one bill in 34 years?
Wow, you must have amazing credit.
I do. Do you know I was at probably all my daughter's basketball games, all their plays, and all their fucking, you know, you got to be, you know, all this is bullshit. This kind of, all this, you can't keep in life what you got unless you give it away. And that's with your kids.
Yes.
You know, you're giving away laughter, giving away that, whatever, CDs, I got albums, but the real legacy is your kids.
I agree 100%.
Do you have any kids?
I have a 9-year-old daughter.
Good for you. Where's she now?
She's at home.
Do you have a babysitter?
I do.
You're going to have to call and tell you'll be running a little late, right?
I might have to.
All right. Well,
I want to thank you so much for meeting with me today. And
did I fuck it up? Is this one of the worst?
No, it's
Is
not.
this a bad?
We're still going.
It's one of the worst, right?
We're still going. So before we go,
Yeah.
how about you tell our listeners, subscribers, about your new album? Where can they find that?
Oh, my new one, When I Saw Hamilton, is on iTunes.
What is it called?
When I Saw Hamilton.
When I Saw Hamilton.
The one before that's called 5. I got 6 albums, 7 albums. When I Saw Hamilton. Our podcast is My Wife Hates Me on Riotcast Network and Stitcher, whatever they call it. And we're on a big tour right now. Kreeps with Kids. Go to kreepswithkids.com. 4 headliners. Myself, Jim Florentine, Ron Bennington, and Bobby Kelly. And there you have it.
Wonderful.
You gonna come food shopping with me? You need anything from Albertsons?
No,
How come?
I'm good. Namaste.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm sorry I fucked your podcast up. Sorry I stink. I didn't give you what you want, but I gave you what I
No, it
got.
was great. It was wonderful.
You know what I thought about it? This is what I like, because I get asked to do podcasts all the time, and I fucking turn them down, most of them. But you were kind of persistent, and when you asked me, is there anything you want to talk about, I said, fuck no, you ad-lib it, and you did it. You know, I'm not going to... you were persistent, so you know, I like people that are persistent in life, that know what they... You know what I'm saying? So, and you kind of relaxed me. You're a relaxing person. There. Is that good enough for you? Stupid. Fucking idiot.
Thank you so much.